Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Pardon me if I have some crumbs on my face. I just finished eating a bunch of chips. Usually when my daughter sleeps, I'm like, because that's the only time I can eat in peace. So yeah, she's down for a nap. But I wanted to say happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I think it's on Friday. And I especially wanted to make this video. And yes, my channel is for ladies, it's for moms, it's for people who want to have a normal family, not a polygamous type situation or dominatrix, anything weird like that, because I can't consult you on that. But I can share with you some advice about just normal what I have created in my life. So I don't like to preach about things that I have not manifested in my life. So this video is about how to heed the red flags and trust what you observe. So, there are times, especially for me, where the guy would exude some type of behavior, but because I was so desperate, yes, I will say that I was desperate to be in a relationship that led to marriage, I would just be like, oh, well, like he's really tall. And I would rationalize it. So, the most important part is to stay grounded in the beginning. You guys know how it is when you're in high school and you're all like goo goo gaga over each other, especially the first 3 months. And after the 3 months, it kind of like falls off, right? And I was talking to, I think it was my friend or somebody, my family member, but they use this word that I really, really love. And they said, oh, I fell in love with your representative. Okay, so that means like who they're fronting, who they're pretending to be in the beginning. Because you guys know how, like, when you first date somebody, you try to be all perfect. And the guy is doing the same thing. But the key is to get past the representative stage and really study the guy after all the hormones have dissipated. And for girls, the hormones may have not dissipated for a long time, maybe like 4 or 5 months, but for the guy, it kind of dissipates. So the question is, how do you stay grounded when dating? This is how you stay grounded. Number one rule, trust me when I say this, trust me when I say this. And I want you guys to, if you don't even trust me, why don't you experiment and test it out? Experiment and test it out on a guy that maybe you don't like or whatever. But it works best with the guy that you like, okay? So the challenge is do not have sex. Let me say it for you over there in the back who's not listening and so letting your emotions and goo goo gaga ness take over your groundedness and being a clear headed mind woman. Do not sleep with him. Not until you have a commitment. Ladies, please listen to me, okay? Because the real person will come out. And what I mean by that is like the real person will come out, meaning maybe they don't want to wait for you anymore. They're like, oh, well, I'm going to talk to Tatiana and Tatisha over there, and I'm going to like have sex because that's what I want to do. And he will fall off. And that is not the guy for you because if you're following my channel, that means you're interested in marriage, kids, a healthy family life, right? So if you're following me, that's what you want. So if he is going to do it with Tatiana, you let him do it and you let him fall off your list of guys that may be your husband. Please do it. And I want to test you guys. I want you to write down in the comments what happened when you did that. Okay? And you don't want anybody who says that, oh, yeah, like I'm only going to sleep with you or I'm only going to be with you if you sleep with me. That means he doesn't really like you. Like, that's like the sober, honest truth. He doesn't really like you as a person. He just likes you for physicality. Okay, so as long as you do that, you can stay grounded. And so pretend, now I'm going to move on to the next step. So say pretend you did not sleep with him for the first 3 months and you're not like, maybe you guys aren't official, and you're just talking, whatever. Then I want you to observe him, not from like, I love him. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, no, from this like TV mode. Like you just sit back and observe him. Don't say the things that you like and don't like. Don't say, like, don't, because you're basically leading the witness. What that means is like you're just kind of telling him all the things so his representative can do all the stuff that you want. If you want the real taste of what he is like, you have to sit back, chill, and let him be himself. Be an open vessel for him to be himself. And you have to honor him. And the way you honor him is you don't try to manipulate him, you don't try to change his behavior. You accept him for who he is. And if for what he is not good for you, then let the guy fall off. Let him go. Okay. So these tips are for really confident women. Okay. And if you're not confident, if you do this, you will be confident. Okay. So, yeah. So you do that, you observe him. Then, if there are any red flags during the observation stage, entertain it, investigate it. Okay. Investigate it. And the number one thing that I like really love. So, especially if you are almost about to be exclusive and you know he's normal, he's a safe person, you got to peep his home. Okay. If you never have seen his home, like where he lives, or like if he works where he say he works, then there's a red flag, okay? Because you want to know. Because I think I forgot who told me this story, but basically, they dated for like 8 months and she never saw his house. Okay, come to find out, like he's actually living with his baby mama. So if you listen to me, you're gonna save yourself so much heartache, okay? So, and then if he doesn't, here's another big red flag, okay? If he doesn't spend any of the big holidays with you, or he says to you, hey, I don't celebrate those things. You can say, well, I like to celebrate it, so can we celebrate it? And see what he does, see what he says, okay? Um, that is a big tell if he's invested in you or not. Because if he's side skirting Thanksgiving, Christmas to not hang out with you, Valentine's Day, your birthday, that's a huge red flag. Sounds really basic, but a lot of women rationalize this when it happens to them. They're like, oh, well, he had to take care of his son, or his grandma called, or whatever. Ladies, the guy can do both. Think about you. Think about yourself. If you knew that you really like liked this guy and you had to take care of your family and stuff like that, you would make arrangements so it would work. Okay? You would be like, okay, grandma, I'm gonna drive you here, have fun with your old people friends, and then I'm gonna go hang out with my man. See, you can figure it out. Women can figure it out. And so you need to honor and respect the guy and let him figure it out as well. And if he doesn't figure it out, then you have to say to yourself, he just doesn't like me enough. And that's okay. There were so many times where I just did not understand that. He just didn't like me that much, that it really held me back from moving on to this spectacular, like, man, my husband, I could have been with a long time ago, But I'm just sitting there looking over this other person who sucks and I'm crying about it when I could be living my bomb life over here. So don't waste time. Don't waste your precious, beautiful energy. Because if you think about it, that's why they come to you. They come to you for your energy. And if it gets all mucky and like nasty because you're hanging out with this guy who makes you feel bad, then it's not worth it. Okay. So I do have online coaching or just like one-on-one mentorship. So if you want to book me, my website's below. Let your girl know I love stories. And if you don't want to write it in the comments, because it's kind of like, I don't know, you don't want to write in the comments because it's personal, feel free to book me or write me a message. And if you need advice or you just need like a pep talk before you go on your date, let your girl know. I'm happy to help you. Okay. I'll catch you guys in the next one.